So I turn on the camera and I just want to speak from my heart, because that's what I keep saying that I'm doing. And that is the most important thing to me. So in these 12 categories that I have, one of them being social and friendships. So we're going to talk about this because it's really important. And so many women I notice, they don't know how to be in a friendship because they don't know how to respect themselves. And this is where it comes from. Boundaries. If you do not have personal boundaries that you hold true to, you're going to have a very hard time respecting other people's boundaries. And unfortunately, I am seeing this so often. I have had this happen to me personally many times. And I'm having to walk away from certain people, and I realize how much they've hurt me, and not know. Like I have a big heart. I'm very giving, and I've realized through a lot of that though that it's not about me even, hating on these people for hurting me, or disrespecting me, because then I'm just continuing to spew more hate in the world, and that's literally not what I'm doing. So why I can be so confident in who I am and post these messages or do these things is because, like, even if you know my husband and I personally, and the values that we hold true to is we genuinely mean what we say, and we don't sit around and gossip and talk about other people, not only because we don't have time for that, and frankly it's a waste of a life, but comparisons are killers, and my life is mine. And I remember when, I was in a phase like that. I absolutely went through it, for sure. Every woman does. Every person does. Women generally are worse. I just realized that if I'm a person who somebody can't trust and they talk to, and that's not good. I know who I am, and I know that I'm a confident person. And if you're friends with me or you know me, you can be confident in the fact that I'm not sitting around and gossiping about you, because if somebody's not in the room and they can't defend themselves, that's not cool. I myself am not stupid. I know very well if people are saying or whatever else. However, I'm not going to give them the time of day. And this is where women can be so funny, because they spend so much time worrying and obsessing about the opinions of others and those things, instead of just walking away and holding true to their boundaries. So staying true to your boundaries, knowing what your self-respect bubble is, and sticking to that, and knowing you do the right things with the right intentions is huge. So I am super confident in the fact that I do that. I know I don't take advantage of people. I know I give back. I know I help people out. However, I'm human. I'm not perfect. So there's so many times that those things happen. And then I'll fully admit if I'm wrong, because that's okay. I'm not upset. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. And that's very important. And because I have those personal boundaries, and I'm really staying strong to them, I did let people in and hurt me. And then I would continue to get hurt and go into this, why is this person hurting me? Why would they do that? After I've done all these things for them, they don't see it. They're in their own world of thinking that, whatever. And meanwhile, I know everything that I've done, but they don't see it that way. And that's generally... that also can be considered a narcissistic personality when having to deal with these people. But instead, like I said, spewing out more hate and continuing that will not work. So why I'm so confident and why I don't worry about it is because I'm not sitting around talking about anyone else. I'm just focused on what I need to do. And in a true friendship, and the girlfriends that I actually have that are amazing, and I'm growing more and more friendships every day, because I'm connecting with the right women who want to share that same message, who want to just sit around and have fun and go back to what it was like when we were kids, and actually just like, hey, let's be girls and talk about fun things and like braid each other's hair or whatever the hell we want to do, versus like, oh my God, why is that person doing this? Because she bought this, and like, if you need to analyze your own friendships, and I'm going to say this really harshly because I see it so often, and I'm just gonna say it. If you're a woman sitting around, and so many of these women don't know they do it, and they're literally sitting there talking about people or gossiping or anything, which I choose to not listen to. I say, I have no problem saying I don't want to hear the conversation, but they continue that, and then they believe in their own heads that they're not one of those people. And I'm telling you, like, 85% of women are. So there's a good chance you might be. So really start to analyze yourself. Like, so what I do, I analyze myself. I'm not analyzing the people around me. I when something happens to me and it's not in line with my values or something's wrong, like the inner work I'm doing is I ask myself what that person is bringing out in me. What insecurity are they bringing out in me? Because completely we have them. Insecurities about being a mother, a working mom, am I doing the right thing? So if those are like magnified, but then you have to know and stand by who you are and why you're doing things. And until you feel confident in that, and that's you even yourself might be doing things that you need to change that maybe shouldn't be justified. Maybe you do need to organize your time. Maybe you do need to take more priority in your kids. If those are the things that are resonating with you, that are bothering you when people talk about you, then maybe you do need to just look in the mirror. However, don't get so upset or concerned about them or pretend that you're so consumed about what these opinions are of you. How about just look inside and go, you know what, this is the type of person I'm going to be, and because I'm this type of person, this is the type of person I'm going to attract. And that's just it. I attract the type of women and the type of friendships that I want to have. I have phenomenal friends who are successful, who make lots of money, who are beautiful, who all those things, and I love them. And I am so happy that I can share that with them. The text messages I get from my friends are, hey girl, how you doing today? Keep rocking it. Go, go, go. Like, that's what we talk. We laugh, we joke. That is the type of friendships that I have. But that's what I created because that's the type of person I am. And that did not happen without choice. I did not grow up with a group of girlfriends I was close to. I was insecure. I was beaten, abused. I was bullied. I was all of those things. And I kept my own insecurities over and over again repeating themselves. And that's why I wasn't attracting the right people. It had to do with me. So if you're looking outside of yourself and you can't, if your whole world, oh my God, I have no friends, women are so bad and they're gossipy, and those are the things you're saying, guess what? Chances are you're that person. So the things that you are saying, women are this, those are the things that are residing in you that you need to, because I don't see it that way. And I can honestly say that because I know there's many people that aren't. But when I was in that, I was one of those people. So it's not a judgment either on my part. It's saying, you know what? When I see that and I back away from you and I have to set my own personal boundaries, it has to do with me. And I wish you the best, that you can look inside yourself as well. Because I genuinely want women to learn how to love themselves and find and connect to their own self-worth so this stuff stops happening. This is what needs to stop. These are the patterns that need to stop. You're allowed to have things on your own. You're allowed to have your own life and take care of yourself because that'll make you feel better, and then you'll be a better mom, a better friend, a better person. It's okay. And maybe you just need a hug or somebody to love you. But the person that needs to do that first is you. Stop looking outside for other people to fill that void. You need to do it for you. So how are you going to do that? The programs that I'm developing now are designed to build that, to help women. And in the meantime, as this is going, I'm just going to keep trying to send out as many messages as I can, as much love as I can to the world. Cheesy as it sounds, but as a person who literally spent her whole life, the majority of her life, who cannot remember her childhood, who had a gun held to her head, who was abused in every possible way. If I can genuinely say this and love the world and not hate, there is no reason you can't. Because there is bigger things in the world than just yourself, your pity party. Get over your pity party. It is time to get well for you, for the world, for the people around you. You're allowed to have a great life. You're allowed. Stop putting it off. Stop pretending that it's everyone else's fault and take responsibility. If I can take responsibility for my life, go get well for all the things that have happened to me, not be ashamed of what happened to me, there's no reason you can't. And I am so serious because I'm fed up with people that continue to put themselves in these situations and blame the world for it. Let's fix the world. Let's fix ourselves first. Everyone needs to fix yourself first. Then we can help the world. This is where I sign off with something that I don't know what I'm going to sign off with. If you don't like what I have to say, cool, change the channel.